What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. During the last part, there were some pretty big developments. First of all, the Ginyu Force ended up finding the Saiyan rebel group. But on top of that, someone else ended up finding them too, the other group of Saiyans, Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz. And now that they're actually here, what's going to happen with them, especially since Paragus is there and still has that same grudge? Well, we'll be seeing all that and more in this part. For this video, let's set a like goal of 3,500 likes. If we hit that, I'll continue with another part of the series. Anyways, let's pick up from here. So, Bardock now needs to explain everything to Vegeta and his group because they have no clue what's going on. Well, they kind of have an idea, but they want to know how they got here and what even happened since then. Not in a hostile way either, they just want to actually know. They want to be caught up to speed. The Saiyans are actually intrigued to hear this. Besides the fact that there's a rebel group and there's Saiyans that are actually still alive, the fact that they lived this long and stayed under the radar, even they didn't know about it. It's pretty impressive. But still, that begs the question, how strong are they? Bardock says he could just show them with a fight, and Vegeta's up for that. He'll spar with whoever the strongest here is, and that does happen to be Bardock. Interesting, a low-class Saiyan is the strongest here. There's no way he's stronger than him though. Vegeta's confident in his power, and thinks that he'll be a valuable asset to this rebellion. He could even lead them. Although, Vegeta is surprisingly put in his place. It turns out that Bardock actually is stronger than him, as are some of the other warriors here. What the hell? Most of these people are low-class Saiyans. How are they this strong? Plus, there are some others too. They see a Namekian, and they see some Cerealians. Of course, Granola and Muesli aren't going to view them too fondly. But if they learn to like these Saiyans, maybe these ones are okay too. They're just going to have to see what their true character is like. And surprisingly enough, it's not them that's the problem. There's actually two Saiyans that are a bigger issue here, Broly and Paragus. Vegeta continues trying to discuss with Bardock, and suddenly, he's attacked by Broly. What the hell? He already tested their power, why is this guy trying to fight him? But this isn't a normal sparring match. This guy's trying to kill him. Paragus begins attacking as well. By the way, it is worth mentioning, we're at a point where both Broly and Vegeta would be fully grown. As for Kakarot, he's a teenager, so he's still gonna look like what he did in Dragon Ball during the tournaments and stuff. Original Dragon Ball, that is. He and Granola are the only kids left. But like I mentioned, Kakarot is almost old enough to the point where he is gonna grow up soon. It's just worth mentioning this because otherwise, Vegeta and Broly would still be kids. They are around the same age after all. Anyways, back to the fight. Vegeta's confused. Why is this guy attacking him? Bardock tells Paragus to stop, but Paragus begins fighting him actually. He needs to calm them down. He knows Paragus has a grudge against Vegeta, but what the hell? They need to get these Saiyans to join them. And if these two don't want to team up, well, they should just leave. But Paragus isn't having it. He was here first. And he told Bardock before, as long as there was no Vegeta involved, he was fine with this. But now that Vegeta's here, he can't have it like that. Raditz and Nappa, he can live with. But Vegeta, after what he did to both of them, he wants Vegeta dead. Bardock says that's crazy talk. First of all, that was King Vegeta that did that. And second of all, Paragus stranded himself, didn't he? They just sent Broly off. Be mad at King Vegeta, and King Vegeta's dead, so don't be mad at all. Paragus tells Bardock he wouldn't understand, and Bardock doesn't understand. He's acting out for no reason at all. Why are they doing this? They're having a tantrum for no reason. This only pisses off Paragus even more. Maybe they deserve to be banished after all. Bardock can actually see what King Vegeta was thinking. This Broly kid, he has been uncontrollable. Sure, he's strong and all, but if he can't control that power, what's the use? And under a father like Paragus, he's more of a danger to everyone around him than anything. Plus, Paragus himself isn't a team player here. Maybe they did deserve to be on Vampa, although he can't really be mad at them. What King Vegeta did was still kinda unnecessary, but still, they shouldn't be acting out like this, especially against Vegeta. And Paragus stops fighting briefly. He tells them to decide, him and Broly or the other three. They can't have all of them. He's either gonna leave or those guys are gonna leave, or they're gonna fight until one of the other groups dies. But Bardock's already made up his mind. Paragus, he's too much of a loose cannon. He's not even that strong anyways. They don't need him. And as for Broly, he would be a valuable asset, and Bardock does feel kind of bad. His father is such a terrible parent. Not that Saiyans are great parents anyways, but he's actually abusive to him. But he knows he can't separate the two. It's a tough situation, but Bardock has to make the choice. He tells Paragus to get off this planet. If they see him again, he better be calmed down and ready to join them, or else Bardock's gonna have to put him down. If Bardock could have it his way, he would just kill Paragus right now on the spot. It would make everything much easier, but he knows Broly wouldn't like that at all, and he'd have a grudge against them forever, probably even killing them too. I mean, they've seen his strength, and if he gets mad, especially mad enough seeing Paragus die, yeah, then they're all dead here. But before they go, Bardock does one thing. He sees Paragus shock Broly, and then he goes up to Broly, breaking the collar. He tells Paragus he's on his own now. Learn to control that kid, and learn to control himself. Otherwise, Bardock doesn't care what happens to him. If he dies by Broly's hand, then so be it. Maybe he deserved it after all. Angered, Paragus ends up leaving. He has no other choice, so he picks up Broly, and they fly off to another planet. Vegeta thanks Bardock for his choice, and Bardock said he already decided a while ago. he needed Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz on the team, cause he knew they were strong after all. Even if they're not as strong as him at the moment, they are still close. Well, maybe not Raditz and Nappa, but Vegeta definitely is. And Raditz is his son after all. So he knows he can trust Raditz. Plus, these three do have valuable information. They were part of the Frieza Force for longer after all. They're up 3 people, but they are down 2. Simple math, there's 1 more person overall. Not too bad. It's not like their ranks are smaller, so it's not a total loss. Paragus wasn't a team player after all. But Broly could have been really helpful, and it would have been better if he were there. Vegeta appreciates what Bardock did though. He knows they may not deserve the courtesy, but it's better to stick together after all. And at first, Vegeta wouldn't like the idea of a low-class Saiyan beating him, but he's gonna have to put that aside for this. It's not like the situation in the Saiyan saga where he was fighting Goku. They were just testing each other's power, and they're all working towards a better cause. They have the same goal of trying to defeat Frieza. At least for now, Vegeta's gonna put his pride aside, and his crew has a lot of info just like Bardock expected. And the first thing that they explain is that they're probably short on time. Vegeta estimates that they have a week or 2. Damn, that short? Well, yeah, if Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz don't return to Frieza, he's gonna assume they're dead and probably whoever was here killed them. Which would mean Frieza would probably want to seek them out and actually kill them instead. He would see whoever's here as a threat, because that is why he sent this crew here in the first place. He expected them to die anyways. He just wanted to use them as bait mostly. Well, even though they don't have much time, they could at least make use of it. Training a bit, that could help. They're not gonna get too strong in this time period. I mean, even with the healing powers of Manito and some healing pods that they were able to scrap, whatever training they do won't be incredibly efficient, especially because they can't injure themselves too much. Yeah, even if they can be healed, what if someone's put out a commission to the point where they actually can't heal for a long time? And while they're being healed by either Manito or those healing pods, Frieza shows up. That would be a very bad situation, so they need to train lightly. They need to conserve their stamina and not take too much damage. But even so, a few weeks of light training wouldn't be too bad. So, training begins. A week passes, then another, and another. Vegeta's actually pretty surprised. Frieza's not showing up. He definitely expected him by this time. They have been planning all this time too, it's not like they've just been twiddling their thumbs. And Vegeta finally sees now. Maybe Frieza just sent them here to die. Maybe he didn't care about the people here. As long as he had an excuse to get rid of the Saiyans, that's really all he cared about. Well, in the meantime, they could at least train some more because now they don't need to worry about Frieza. But just as they're about to start, everyone then senses something. Yep, there it is. Vegeta's estimate was a little bit off. But just like they expected, Frieza's army begins showing up. A bunch of ships appear in the sky. And Vegeta chuckles. There it is. Bardock turns to everyone else, asking if they're ready. Of course they're ready. They've been preparing years for this. The Saiyans shoot down all the ships. All the Frieza Force soldiers are dispatched with no effort at all. Like, literally no effort at all. The only people that would be an issue are Zarbon and Dodoria, but even they could be killed probably by one shot. And there's only one ship left. A hatch opens on the top of the ship, with Frieza in his chair hovering out. At first, he has a very shocked expression, but that shock turns to disgust. He realizes what this is. Saiyans, and not just a few of them, a lot of them, including Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz. They deserted the Frieza Force, and these other guys too. They escaped under his nose. That explains his sense of anxiety. He's been feeling something itching at him for so long. Of course, he didn't know that there was actually anyone out there. But he was just concerned that maybe some people escaped, and this only confirms his suspicions. If anything, this is good. It quells that anxiety. And also, he's gonna be able to kill some Saiyans now. It's actually pretty nice. It might be a win-win for him. Even though he just lost his entire army, whatever. He feels a sense of relief, and also a sense of excitement. But above all, he feels anger. No, not just anger, rage. A murderous rage. He screams. The force of this is so powerful too, it creates a shockwave even. But the Saiyans aren't deterred. They all launch towards him. And at first, Frieza's smug, ready to defend against them. But then he notices a glowing ball of light in the sky. As the Saiyans launch towards him, they all turn into great apes. Before he can even react, he's then sniped by 2 people from somewhere. It hits him right in vital points, stunning him temporarily. What the hell? This pain! He doesn't know what this is, and he doesn't know where he was hit from. Muesli and Granola landed the first attack, providing support. And now, the Great Apes close in. Their goal is to kill him right now. As Saiyans, they would want to enjoy a fight. That would be amazing, but they know they can't do that here. First of all, this happened a lot earlier than they planned, and second of all, even if this did happen at the time that they planned, well, they want to make sure Frieza dies. Enjoying a fight comes second. Frieza's death is the most important thing regardless. And they need to be extra safe here because it is earlier. Frieza's being attacked by so many people from so many angles. He can't even keep track of what's going on. And if it's not the apes, he's then sniped from different places. Muesli and Granola continuously move around too. When the apes aren't right in front of him, he's then shot by someone. He can't see them either. And it's always in a vital point. The group is ready to kill him now. they're doing a bunch of damage. And they're able to wear Frieza down. It hurts for him to move, even if he can move because he keeps getting stunned by different attacks all at once. Plus, fighting all these great apes, I mean, consider the odds he's up against. It's everyone's power multiplied by 10 for each of them. And they're just about to land the finishing blow on Frieza, until he transforms. Great, just like they expected. They knew that he had transformations, maybe even multiple, but it doesn't matter because they planned for that anyways. They knew that he might transform, and they already dealt a significant amount of damage. Even if he is stronger right now, that doesn't really matter. It's not like this healed him. That damage is still going to transfer over. He doesn't just go into his second form either. No, he goes into his third form too. It looks terrifying, and the power that goes along with it is just as scary. And for a brief moment, the Saiyans are a bit deterred, but it's only a brief split second of hesitation, because the Great Apes immediately start attacking again. Frieza is now on an even playing field. Even though he is injured, this power is definitely going to help compensate. He tries going for the Saiyans' tails to make them de-transform, but of course they knew he was going to do this in the first place. And it's strange too, sometimes he even tries to launch ranged attacks. Like he'll create a disc of ki to throw at the tails, but as soon as he does it, while the ki is flying midair, it's sniped by Muesli or Granola, and he still doesn't know where these snipers are. Not to mention the fact that the Saiyans are protecting their tails too, keeping them as secure as possible and protecting their allies as much as they can. But at this point, Muesli and Granola realize that they might not be as helpful anymore. They are strong, and they are able to see Frieza's vital points. But he's so powerful now that it might not even matter. Muesli tries to hit him again at a vital point. And it does a bit of damage, but Frieza's actually surprised. That didn't hurt that much this time, and now he knows where the sniper is. And with his great speed too now, just as another attack's about to hit him, he turns over to where the snipers are, finding them. For a split second before they disappear, and before a bunch of apes jump in front of him, he sees it's two Cerealians. So this isn't just a Saiyan rebellion. No, this might be a rebellion of multiple people. But how many others are there? Is this everyone? Or are there others hiding about just like those two? And is this one of many planets, or is this just the only planet? He doesn't know. Frieza's racking his mind as he continues fighting. But fine. Sarcastically, he commends them for their effort. They did actually do some damage to him, which he's surprised about. But of course, he's feigning this courtesy. He's obviously very pissed. And if they want to rebel, well, he's going to give them a challenge. He's not going to let them do it so easily. This isn't his final form. If they want to see his final form, then so be it. And one more time, he transforms, going from his third form into his fourth one. The Saiyans look on. Well, this is it, the pinnacle of his power, or at least part of it. Of course, he's only at 50% right now. But Bardock tries to gauge everything. Okay, this might not be that bad. They already dealt a lot of damage to him, and even though his power has shot up dramatically, maybe that'll be a good handicap. The odds actually seem stacked against them now. Before in his first form, it was going to be easy. Hell, even in his second and third form, they could have defeated him. But in his final form, Bardock's not too sure. But again, he can't be deterred. They've already made it this far, and there's only two outcomes to this fight right now. Either they somehow pull through and win, or they all die. Whether they try and escape or not, those are going to be the only two options regardless. So, there's no backing down now. The second Frieza arrived, they went beyond the point of no return. This is it. This is everything that the rebellion has been leading up to. Everything they've worked for in the past few years. All the power, ideas, and resources that they've accumulated. All the time they spent surviving. Everything leads up to this point. They can't fail. Bardock gets another rush of determination. He's ready to do this. He bellows out to Frieza. This is his deathbed. But just as he yells this, he feels a sharp pain in his back, specifically where his tail is, or was. A death beam pierces right through it, slicing his tail clean off. Bardock then begins de-transforming. The rest of the Great Apes keep attacking Frieza, but Bardock goes back into his base form. Damn it, they're down a Great Ape. But still, that doesn't change Bardock's mind. He's gonna fight here, to the death or to victory, whatever that may be. And one more time, he tries yelling out to Frieza. Frieza turns around seeing Bardock. Oh, this must be the guy leading the group. He looks pretty plain, like a normal low-class Saiyan. Who would have thought that he would have been leading a rebellion, especially with someone like Vegeta under his command? Frieza's amused and looks over towards him, smiling. Well, he has some time to discuss with this man. As Frieza stares down Bardock, this is where we'll leave off for now. So, what did you guys think about this part? What do you think is going to happen next time? Will this rebellion be successful, or will something completely different happen? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'll be sure to check them out to see what you guys think. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like. And let's try to hit that like goal from the beginning of the video so we can get another part of the series. If you haven't already, why not subscribe? As well as hitting the bell icon so you're notified about any future uploads on my channel, including more parts of the series or any other videos like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.